Okay, so on the first day when we did elimination, our X's or our Y's eliminated. They canceled right away. Yesterday, our variables did not eliminate, so we had to find a number that we could multiply either the top equation or the bottom equation by something so that we could get them to eliminate. So this is not cooperating. I don't know. Oh, maybe here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so today, if you look at this problem right here, obviously nothing eliminates here or here, okay? And yesterday what we did is we said if this is 8, then it would be great if this was -8 so they could eliminate. And so we would think of something that we could multiply this by to get -8. Well, in this case, there isn't anything we can multiply 5 by to get -8. So then we go here and we try the same thing, but I can't think of anything we multiply 2 by to get a +3. So what if I told you it was okay to multiply both equations by a number? Not necessarily the same number, but if I said you can multiply this equation by any number you want and this equation by any number you want, but pick numbers so that the X's will eliminate or the Y's will eliminate. Can somebody think of something? There's unlimited options here. Okay, Corbin, what do you think we could do here?
You can multiply the top one by -2 and the bottom one by 3.
Okay, so if we multiply the top one by -2, that's going to give us a 6 in here. And if we multiply 3, that's going to give us a 6 here, but they're both going to be +2. So if the signs are already different, if one's already minus and one's already plus, then you don't need to worry about multiplying by a negative number. How about we just multiply the top by 2, because that'll give us a -6 here, right? And the bottom by 3, which will give us a +6. So let's do that. So we're going to put the top in parentheses and we're going to multiply it by 2, and the bottom we're going to multiply it by 3. So then that makes our Y's here eliminate, because in the middle we'll get a -6 here and a +6 here. Do you guys see that? Okay, so let's go ahead and distribute. 2 times 8x would be 16x. 2 times -3y, -6y. And 2 times 11, 22. So all we've done is just distributed that 2 all the way through. Now let's distribute a 3. 3 times 5x is what? 15x. 3 times 2y is 6y. And 3 times 3 is 9, right? Okay, so now the y's will eliminate, which is what we would like to happen anyways. So then 16 plus 15 would be 31x. 22 plus 9 is 31. What do we do next? Divide by the number in front of the x. And so x equals 1, right? Okay, and so then we go and we set up our ordered pair here. Make sure we have an x and a y. X is 1. And now in order to find the y, all we have to do is choose one of those equations to plug the 1 in for. Which equation do we choose? Excuse me, the bottom one. So we have 5x plus 2y equals 3. And if x is 1, then we go and we plug in the 1 for the x. So instead of 5 times x there, we have 5 times 1. Plus 2y equals 3. Once you plug your 1 in for x, then you do that multiplication first. So 5 times 1 would be 5, plus 2y equals 3. Now what? Minus 5 from each side. So 2y equals 3 minus 5 is? -2. And then what do? Divide by 2 on both sides. So we get y equals to -1. So come up here to the ordered pair and put your -1 up there. Okay, so the only new part today is the fact that you're going to need to multiply both equations by something in order to get the variables to eliminate. Okay, let's look at number 2 here. There's lots of options here. Now you can choose to get it so that you have your x's eliminate or your y's. It doesn't matter. Okay. Excuse me. Thank you. All right. So raise your hand if you want to choose what we can multiply the top by and the bottom by. And when we do, you say, okay, great. That will give me a positive whatever and a negative whatever. Sergio?
Negative 10 on the top and 6 on the bottom.
I got to write it down so that I can see. He said maybe negative 10 up here and what on the bottom?
6.
6. When you write it, double check it. If we do that, I can see he's trying to get rid of the x's. Do you guys see that? Yeah. Okay, so that would give me a negative 60 and a positive 60, which would be great. So that'll work. Okay, so we can do that. All right, so let's distribute this through. Negative 10 times 6, negative 60x, negative 10 times 2y, negative 20y, and negative 10 times 4, negative 40. 6 times 10x, what's 6 times 10x?
60x.
Okay, 6 times 7y,
42.
and 6, yep, and then 6 times negative 8.
48.
Negative 48. And then we add these together. The x's are going to cancel. I'm going to give you a minute to kind of get a head start there. From that point on, that's what we've been doing the past couple of days. All right. Did you add straight down negative 20 plus 42? What did you get?
It's 22.
22y. And then negative 40 plus negative 48 is a negative. And then did you divide by 22? So what did you get for y?
It's
Negative 4. Yep. Okay. Remember, guys, we're recording, so people that are absent can follow this. So let's make sure we're keeping things quiet at our space. Okay, so negative 4 goes there. And then did you already choose an equation to use?
Top one.
The top one? Well, okay, it doesn't really matter which one you choose. You should all get the same answer. If you choose the top equation, y is negative 4, so then you would have written 6x plus 2 parentheses negative 4 equals 4. You should do that multiplication first, so you should have 6x what?
Wait.
Minus 8, because 2 times negative 4 is a negative 8, so it would be minus 8. It's okay if you did the bottom one. The final result will be the same, and if it isn't, I can go back and use the bottom one so you can figure out where you went wrong. Then you should add 8 to both sides. So you get 6x equals 12. Divide by 6, and x equals 2. Did you get that?
I did it another way.
Did you get 2? Okay.
So is this basically what we did yesterday?
It's the exact same thing that we did yesterday and the day before, except for the initial equations are not ready for elimination. You have to decide what numbers to multiply through. But once you get to this step, everything is exactly what we've done the past 2 days. Okay, last one that we're going to do together, and then you can work on your homework in your class. Hannah, you want to pick? Okay.
The top.
Shh. Hannah.
The top would be 6,
Okay.
and the bottom would be just 4.
Okay. So, do you guys see that all you really have to do are flip these numbers?
Yes.
So, like, if you want to get rid of the and honestly, guys, if you have a positive and a negative, I would go ahead and do 6 and 4. Like, if you were to flip, if you wanted to get rid of the x's, you couldn't just do 3 and 7 because then you'd have 2 positives, wouldn't you? You'd have to do either -3 and 7 or 3 and -7. You'd have to make one of the numbers that you're distributing a negative. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's distribute this through. What's 6 times 7x? 42x. 6 times -4y? -24y. You okay? Okay, and then 6 times 8 is 48. All right, on the bottom, 4 times 3x, 12x. 4 times 6y,
24.
and 4 times 15, 60. Great. So our y values are going to eliminate now. So what's 42 plus 12? 54x equals 48 and 60,
It's 108.
108. Divide by 54. So x equals, okay, yeah, just kidding. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. 2.
What did you write?
I put 3. I don't teach math or anything. Okay, so x is 2. Yeah. All right, and then you can pick whichever equation you want. Which do you want to use? The bottom one?
Bottom.
Okay.
Because it denominator.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's fine. All right, and then if x is 2, then we write 3 times 2 plus 6y equals 15. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 6y equals 15. And then solve that equation.
Wait, what?
I took this 2 right here and I plugged it in for x right here. And I got 3 times 2 is 6. So now I'm just trying to solve this equation. What do I do next?
Minus 6 on 6 minus 15. You get 9. Then you do the 6y equals 9. Then you do 11.
And so what does y equal?
1.5.
1.5? So make sure you come up here and put 1.5.